Representative Greiner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, Madam Secretary. I had a couple questions for you. One on the minimum wage. I had asked this earlier in the hearings a couple weeks ago. The governor's proposing a minimum wage increase from $7.25 to $12 per hour. And the IFO, when they testified, indicated this increase would impact more than 1 million workers. And I guess several questions. First question, does your budget assume any cost savings for services provided to individuals in programs where eligibility is based on their income?
No.
No, okay. Have you taken into account the timing of eligibility redetermination? So I guess that'd be no too, and timing of eligibility redeterminations in your estimates. For example, if families remain eligible for child care for 1 year, it would take some time before there's an impact in the Child Care Works program.
So our proposed budget doesn't reflect the increase of the minimum wage.
So you're not increased, so that answers that. So we're not, and because if we would increase the minimum wage, what I'm saying is some of these recipients could end up maybe not, I mean, there should be cost savings. We're looking for ways to.
That I can tell you. I mean, if the minimum wage were increased to $12 an hour, our budget would be, we would see $100 million savings in state funds.
Okay. That'd be something that would be something that I think we're going to have to review and look at the analysis of that overall. But because that would be our, I mean, that would be our thinking that less people we'd have to be paying less out to people if that's the case. But we'd have to look at that analysis.
There's two things that happen. We have to increase the wages of some of the people that are serving our clients. That's one impact, and then the other impact is about 122,000 individuals would become ineligible for Medicaid. So.
But let me just ask you, but you're already, didn't the governor, I think I asked this a couple weeks ago, the governor already had signed an executive order, so there's probably very few people, they're already probably making close to $12 an hour in your department already, meaning there isn't going to be much impact.
We're talking about providers, though.
Oh, the providers, okay.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
Understood. Excuse me. I do want to switch back to House Bill 59 for a little bit. Inside that bill, there was a very important component that directed DHS to issue a request for information to evaluate the efficacy and cost effectiveness of software programs designed to identify and prevent fraudulent information. I mean, I think I'm telling you, the public's upset about this whole area because instinctively we feel things aren't being done right. And know you're in here trying to do the right thing. But what I'm wondering is, does your department perform activities to prevent incorrect, duplicative, or fraudulent payments? I mean, what's being done? And then getting back to that RFI, I mean, have you actually had people coming to us, I say us, the government, saying, hey, I think there's ways that we can evaluate this to determine where the savings are, where fraud's being committed?
Yes, Representative, we have a lot of people coming to us that want to help us save money, and I think the question is just making sure you can figure out whether you're actually going to save money. With respect to the RFI issue in House Bill 59, we actually issued an RFI in September of 2015 related to the use of innovative data analytics and technologies to modernize handling of program integrity functions that would then block improper payments. The responses from the RFI were limited and did not propose solutions that we felt would be effective beyond what DHS already currently has in place. In addition, we have had representatives from the federal CMS who have cautioned states from going too far with software purveyors in this area, given their limited effectiveness and results throughout the country. So we've previously tried to engage with software vendors similar to what was proposed in House Bill 59, and while those vendors may believe there's fraud, waste, or abuse, oftentimes those results show false positives. So that's been our experience with this.
So right now we're looking at status quo. I mean, that's kind of, maybe that's unfair to say that, but as far as software programs or getting somebody to help us to try to identify that, we aren't there.
I mean, what I mentioned earlier, we do a lot now in terms of program integrity efforts. We check a lot of databases to verify ongoing eligibility, and we have a lot of program integrity efforts ongoing and systems in place to prevent improper payments from going out, which is why, again, we had the $690 million in cost avoided and recoveries. So I think we do a pretty good job on this. That's not to say that we can't improve, but we need to make sure if we're going to engage with a software purveyor that we're actually going to be improving what we do as opposed to just giving money to that.
One thing I've encouraged, and I'm on record, is that I really do think our departments, when we look at how big our budget is and we're trying to save costs, I think we need to look at perhaps a forensic audit. I think it needs to start with this department too, because of the amount of dollars, and get in there. I mean, a forensic. I'm talking line by line to figure out what's going on with the federal government, the dollars that are being sent, so that anytime you have a budget this big, I am concerned about waste, and we need to deal with that. But thank you. I know there will be further questions this afternoon, I'm sure. Thank you.